Kubara promises to end the fire outbreak in Boni Bile Jetty. Tinubu condemns killing of traditional rulers in Ekiti State. Vice President Shatima inaugurates 37-member minimum wage committee. Federal government plans sanction against ship owners over violation. United Kingdom suspends British Nigerian minister for accusing Israel. Singer Davido gets a first career Billboard Hot 100 entry. Super Eagles Ademola predicts a victory against Angola.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond. From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring honest pop news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Thank you for joining us on the Global News tonight. Here is a bulletin in full. Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture paid a facility visit to Morrison Communication Limited, owners of Wish FM and Atlantic Television Network in Port Harcourt on Tuesday. Ezisa Mike Elechi, president of the chamber, led members of the executive committee and council members to the historic visit. In his welcome remarks, the Chairman Chief Executive Officer of Morrison Communication Limited, Dr. Chinyere Igwe, called for a minute silence in honor of late Ms. Ijoma Scholar Ejiogu, the lead commercial Morrison Communication Limited. He thanked the chamber for the visit and promised an enduring relationship with the chamber. Dr. Igwe maintained that at the first indigenous media broadcast stations in Rivers State, the company is poised to ensure the success of the business community in the state and announced a 50% discount for the chamber and associated organizations.
The invite is to say that over the years we have been associated in one arm of our business undertaking, which is more or less events, where Ijoma was the major player. And in course of business development, we added other arms of business for which we think that the council needs, or the chambers need to know what we are doing. Morrison Group is a conglomerate of various undertakings. But we have invited you this afternoon to see what we have done in this part of the world in the information, communication, technology, broadcasting sector. Mr. President, as we speak, our radio station is 5 years broadcasting running. Suffice it to say that in these 5 years existence, in the recording, in the statistics, which FM is between 10th and 12th position out of the 19 radio stations in Port Harcourt. And why do we occupy that position is because of you. Which FM is Nigerian best business radio, tailored out to service the business community. Everything we do, everything we talk is about business. Anything that happens, we tailor it to the business world. How does it accentuate your economic potential? How do you use the information we pass in which FM to do business and profit? That is our target here. We are not here to play Gen Z music, but we are here to ensure that everybody exploit his or her innate business potentialities. Anything that happens has economic implications, whether positive or negative. Which FM is the only station in this part of the world that can give you that statistic to say this event happened, this is the economic implication, this is the value in naira and copper, translate it to dollar. So therefore, that is why we say, Mr. President and Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, for which you remember, come and see what we are doing. There must be a meeting point. We can serve your need, you can serve our needs. Life is not a straight jacket game. It is rub my back and rub your back. We have things that we can do for you. There are things you can do for us. If for nothing, we have serviced this chamber consistently for years in the event sector.
Responding, the President Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Mines, Industries and Agriculture, Eze Mike Elechi, expressed sadness and condoled the company on the loss. He praised the commitment of the late lead commercial in ensuring that the chamber benefited from the company's services. The President commended the company for the opportunity, which he said was given for free, and promised intensive patronage from the chamber.
For the 1 minute silent observe for this start, you are like a shocker. I think the January. The shocker. I was checking a group chat. I saw when Bob said, German, Friday, is it a joke? Is it a joke? And I saw that comment. I said, where do you start from? Even when the second deputy called me, we were talking something 2 days ago. I said, this lady, they say it's not possible. So, this journey here today, I think we should dedicate it to her. She works for this.
The President further urged CEOs of companies who are part of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce and Industry to do business with Morrison Communication Limited.
You know, I was in that field and I've seen good hands here. And I thank God that you go more. You also need to, everything in life is further improvement. Learning, provision, and it's a, broadcasting is a learning place. It's a place of intelligence. Whatever radio says is taken for good or bad. Any news that comes out of radio or television, people hold tight to it. In those days, when television or radio speak, it is like, it's truth. It's very true, gospel truth. Even nowadays, we hear what they call a fake news. In our own time, we don't know what is called fake news. You understand? So, and now, there is fake news. I don't know which news is good and which news is fake. I know fake news travel more than the fake good news is.
At the end of the meeting, there was an exchange of souvenir between CEO Morrison Communication Limited and the President Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The River State Governor Asimilaye Fawara says the fire outbreak at the Boni Nembele jetty off Creek Road in the old Port Harcourt Township was unfortunate and expressed sympathy to those who were personally affected by the inferno. Safubara further expressed his determination to work with the operators of the jetty to streamline measures that will end the occurrence of the annual infernos in the area. A statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant and Media to the Governor of Rivers State, Boniface Onyedi, said the Governor gave the assurance through the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Tami Danagogo, who represented him with the high-powered delegation that he led to visit the scene of the inferno.
Join the official team of the governor to come and see what is happening. So I want everybody, all of you, those affected, please, I want you to know that the governor is aware of what has happened. He is seriously concerned about it, and he is seriously sympathizing with all of you. We are still trying to assess and know the nature and extent of damage here. And as soon as we get all, by the end of today and tomorrow, a report on it will be made to the governor so that he will know exactly what to do. what to do to help the affected people, what to do to stop this kind of thing happening again. And please, please, he said I should let all of you know. You all know this is Harmattan season. Although it's January, but it's still Harmattan season. And so what it means is that it's easy for this kind of things to happen. And that's why all of you need to be careful, particularly people handling combustible items like diesel and petrol that you people use here for your boats and vessels. So please, everybody needs to be careful, because no matter what the governor does, if you are not careful, it will be difficult for us to avoid fire here. So please, he has asked me to appeal to all of you. Be calm. Also, be very, very careful because of the season. He has sent me as Secretary to Government. He has sent the Ministry of Special Duties, Fire Service and Emergency to come and look at the situation and give him immediate brief so that he will know what to do as he is coming back. So that is why we are here. We have seen the situation on ground. We have heard from the Maritime Workers Chairman the complaints and, of course, the recommendations he has made, the need for quick reaction time in terms of fire service station and all that. We have heard all that, and we will give our report to the governor. So be assured that His Excellency, the Governor, Similala Efobra, his heart is with you. He is with us in spirit now, and he will make sure that this kind of thing, we all work together to avoid it. And we will assess what the situation on ground is in terms of what has been damaged. We can see this building that is completely burnt down. We can see the jetty that is damaged. We have seen most of the damage here. Be assured he will take every possible step to assuage your feelings. Okay, not this post. Is that the jet? Okay, the other one is the jet.
The chairman of the Maritime Workers, Comrade Israel Waribo Pepu, said the boats that were affected by the fire had been fully loaded with passengers and goods about to sail before the incident, adding that the driver of the affected boat has not been found and they were still watching the tide to see if the drowned persons will float up from the depths of the river to surface to ascertain the number of deaths.
Yesterday, when this incident occurred, they called me and said, look at what is happening, and immediately I rushed down. When I got down here, all effort to get in touch with the fire service to come and save the situation was really aborted, because the fire service now reminded us that 2 years ago, they came here and they came late and they were chased away. Some of them were beaten. Based on that, they did not come to rescue us that yesterday. But meanwhile, 2 years ago, when similar incident occurred, we met with the commissioner by then, and we pleaded with him that as big as this place, it will be proper for us to have at least a fire service station here.
River State House of Assembly has written to Governor Siminalayi for accusing him of gross misconduct over some of his recent appointments, and the later personally signed by Martin Amehule. The lawmakers accused Fubara of making 3 recent appointments of offices to head 3 parastatals without obeying the extant laws, and directed to withdraw the appointments without further delay. The Rivers House of Assembly cited relevant sections of the Constitution to back the accusations against Fubara in the later. According to the later, Mr. Goodlife Ben was appointed acting chairman of Local Government Service Commission, Dr. Mrs. Ine Briggs as acting director general of Bureau for Public Procurement, and Mr. Tonte Davis as acting administrator of New Cities Development Authority without following the laws guiding such appointments. The Assembly said the appointments are in violation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and therefore constitute a gross misconduct and abuse of power on the part of the governor, and called on him to withdraw the appointments without further delay. Rivers State House of Assembly on its 100th legislative sitting have frowned at the recent appointment made by the governor. Recall that earlier on Monday morning, Governor Fubara had appointed Mr. Goodlife Ben as acting chairman of Local Government Service Commission, Dr. Mrs. Ine Briggs as acting director general of Bureau for Public Procurement, and Mr. Tonta Davis as acting administrator of New Cities Development Authority. The House, through the Majority Leader, Honorable Major Jack, called the attention of the House to a government special announcement in that regard. He cited sections of relevant laws. Members commented on the information and pointed out that the governor, in the exercise of his powers, has relegated the laws to the background. While reacting to this on Atlantic Television blowout, a public affairs analyst, Mr. Chris Amechi, expressed displeasure at the development and maintained that the issue at hand between the lawmakers and the Rivers State governor Fubara is unwholesome and distracting to the tenets of the rule of law.
Way of, stirring the troubles in Rivers State politics again. It is just, I call it bullying. They just want to bully the governor. They are not happy with the situation, how the governor emerged successful at the Supreme Court. With what is happening, just a day after that, they said they are going to override the governor. They did not only end in that, every step the governor has taken, you see them countering it. To start with, I will still stand like I maintain that this assembly should not have any legislative function for now, because there are a lot of litigation suits at the moment seeking the interpretation of Section 109 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I believe that, to me, even though I am not a court of law to pronounce them illegal, by the Constitution, their seats are vacant and they are not making any law or decision taken there is illegal.
Reacting on the appointment, the stakeholder maintained that the governor has the right to appoint qualified individuals in order to enhance the governance to deliver dividends of democracy.
To make some acting appointments in acting capacities, governor doesn't need to seek their consent or send to them to screen someone in acting capacity. When the governor decides to leave the make the appointment a substantive one, he could not seek, maybe send to them to, screen and rectify. So, to me, I think they are overstepping their bounds.
People's Democratic Party Governorship Screening Committee for Edo State has cleared all 10 aspirants, including the Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu, who appeared before the committee. 8 of the aspirants were on hand to receive their clearance certificates from the PDP National Secretary, Umar Bature, at the party's National Secretariat in Abuja, while Bature confirmed that all 10 aspirants were cleared. However, one aspirant, Balogun Sunday, who paid 5 million naira and obtained the expression of interest form and didn't show up for screening because he did not buy the nomination forms. Human rights group Civil Rights Realization and Advancement Network has called on the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons to look into a case of serial rape of a 14-year-old girl by one Charles Naike and his friend. Crown, in a statement in Enugu, said The 14-year-old girl was living with the family as house helper at their home at Thinkers Corner, Emene Old Road, Enugu. Was brought to assist Mr. Nabuike's wife, Mr. Nabike's wife, Mrs. Blessing Nadike, following her child delivery. The group, in a petition of address to the zonal commander of the NAPTIP Enugu Zonal Office, called on the agency to look into the matter and ensure the little girl gets justice. The petition, dated January 29, 2024, signed by the president of the group, Olu Omotayo, appealed to NAPTIP to deepen investigation into the alleged continuous defilement of a 14-year-old girl by her mistress, husband, and friend. Enugu State government says it has consolidated to improve security and the investment environment in the state with the Nigeria Immigration Service and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, who have pledged a stronger partnership with government. The state governor, Dr. Peter Mba, pledged a continued collaboration with the agencies and charged the NSCDC in particular to immediately apprehend those behind the continued vandalization of water pipes and public utility assets in the state. The agencies made the commitment when the new controller of immigration, Enugu State, Angelina Sambo, and the state commandant of the NSCDC, Otoibi, he led to the top echelons of their state commands on separate familiarization and working visit to the governor at the government house in Enugu State. Speaking during the visit, the NSCDC state commandant, who commended Mba for the logistical support to the Corps, hinged the improved security in Enugu State and Governor Mba's audacity and cooperation with the security agencies in the state. On her part, the Controller of Immigration, Angelina Sambo, while commending Mba for making Enugu State peaceful and secure within a very short period, assured that the reforms initiated so far by the Controller General of Immigration Service, Caroline Wurola Adepuju, would help consolidate the improved security in the state and urge the state commandant of the NSCDC to help bring the vandalization of water installations to an end. Lagos State Commissioner of Police Adegoke Fayode has ordered a probe into the bribery allegation preferred against the Ekpe Division of Police Officer Godwin Okorowa. The command also said it had ordered the officer to step aside pending determination of the investigation. The State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundain, who disclosed this via his X account while reacting to a publication of suspected bribery allegations, the police PRO Hundain said the incident happened. Six suspects were involved, and the police force has intensified efforts to clamp down on erring officers in recent times. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has approved the appointment of Major Olaniyi Olatunbosun Cole, retired, as the new Court Marshal of the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps Agency, also known as Kick Against Indiscipline Brigade. Also, the governor appointed Adefemi Afolabi as General Manager of the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, and the appointments take effect on January 25, 2024. A statement signed by the Director of Public Affairs, Ministry of Environment and Water Resources, Kunle Adeshina, adding that Sanwo-Olu also approved the appointment of 3 new deputy court marshals. This is coming after, in November, Sanwo-Olu had approved the appointment of Bakari Oki Olalekan as the acting general manager for the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority. Suspected gunmen have kidnapped school children in Ekiti while they were returning from school along Ekporo, Ekiti on Monday night. According to a post by Ekiti Trends on its X account. The incident involved students from Apostolic Faith School, Ekiti, while the students of government, the Ekiti state government, called on residents of the state not to despair as security has been stepped up to rescue them. Governor Yebanji has deployed a swift and comprehensive rescue operation to ensure the safe return of the abducted children, while law enforcement agencies, including the police and the relevant security forces, have reportedly been mobilized to address the situation promptly. The chairman of the Ajoni Local Council Development Area, Michael Ogunbemi, in whose domain the incident took place, said that the dead bodies of the two Obas had been recovered from the scene and taken to a mortuary. The police in Ekiti State is yet to make any comments on the matter. President Bola Tinubu has condemned the killing of two traditional rulers in Ekiti State, the Onimojo of Imojo Ekiti, Oba Olatunde Samuel Olushola, and the election of Esun Ekiti, Oba David Babatunde Ogunshola. In a statement issued by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajurin Galali, said the President condemned the act as mindless and brutal bloodletting while pledging that the perpetrators will not escape justice. President Tinubu condoled with the families and subjects of the traditional rulers, including Governor Biodun Oyebanji and the people of Ekiti State, on the deeply agonizing development, and equally directed the immediate rescue of pupils and teachers kidnapped around the Ekporo Ekiti area of the state. Tinubu assured Nigerians that the nation's security architecture is being robustly fortified for better and expected outcomes. As the security of life and property is the primary responsibility of the government. Pastor Shegun Adegboyega has been allegedly killed by people suspected to be herdsmen in his farm in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. The incident happened in the deceased farm located at Gege village on Ogbomoso Isheyin Road, and 3 persons have been arrested in connection with the killing, and the suspects have been moved into the custody of Owode Police Headquarters. Meanwhile, the Shaun of Ogbomoso land, Oba Gandhi Olaoye, has appealed to the people of the town to remain calm over the incident, assuring them that those responsible for the killing would not go unpunished. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's media aide, Paul Ibe, says his principal was not silent on the January 16 explosion that killed 5 persons, injured 77, and destroyed 58 houses in the old Bodija area of Ibadan, Oyo State. Ibe was reacting to Oyo State's Governor Seyi Makinde, who remarked that Atiku had not reached out or condoled with the government and hope and people of Oyo State over the tragic incident. Makinde, who disclosed this in Ibadan when the former governor of Anambra State and presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last general elections, Peter Obi, paid him a condolence visit over the January 16 explosion. For reacting, Ibe said Atiku had condoled with the Oyo people over the incident. Atiku has blamed his defeat in 2023 presidential election on the refusal of Makinde and 4 other PDP governors to support his ambition, while Makinde and the other PDP governors who call themselves G5 governors supported President Bola Tinubu in the February 25, 2023 presidential election. Senior pastor overweighting the Second Coming of Jesus Christ ministry, Pastor Adewale Giwa, has endorsed the adoption of direct primaries by political parties, stressing that it is the best mode for ensuring the emergence of better candidates. The cleric who disclosed this in Akure, Ondo State capital, argued that indirect primaries have led to the outcomes that can be easily influenced and manipulated, while the direct primaries offer a more transparent process for electing leaders as compared to the usual practice of indirect primaries. He also said the indirect system encouraged a culture where delegates were swayed by monetary inducements, disregarding the character and qualities of the aspirants, adding that the approach fosters godfatherism within the political sphere and ultimately to the detriment of the electorate, especially when a state relies on a few individuals to handpick its leaders, while the potential for genuine development within such a society is severely compromised. In celebration of 8 years of an unprecedented stride, indigents and residents of Okene in Kogi State trooped out in their thousands to welcome the immediate past governor of the state, Yahaya Bello, back home after 2 impactful tenures of office as executive governor. Before former Governor Bello arrived Okene, a crowd of residents of Lokoja, the state capital, had assumed on the highway linking the former governor's country home to bid for him farewell after successfully handing over to his successor, Governor Usman Ododo. They lined up at the roadside and expressed gratitude to Bello, saying he had successfully transformed the Kogi beyond their expectations in his 2 terms in office. The former governor visited his maternal ancestral home, where special prayers were offered in honor of the memory of his departed mother, seeking divine blessings for him as he returned home. Also, Bello stormed the palace of the Ohinoyin of Ebira land, along with the new governor of the state, Usman Ododo, where he was given a rousing welcome. The traditional ruler, Alhaji Ahmed Tijani, hailed former Governor Bello's transformative impact on the Kogi State. Meanwhile, former Governor Bello expressed his profound gratitude to the people of his hometown and Kogi State in general for the overwhelming reception accorded him. In view of the unprecedented hike in fees for Abuja-based private schools by the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, yesterday week, many private schools in the capital city have boldly rejected the hike of the operational charges under the new tax regime. Each school will be billed according to tuition paid by students and the number of enrollments, while a memo by the head of accounts, the Department of Quality Assurance of the Education Secretary, Moody Mohammed, said the development would take effect from January 2024. Meanwhile, the National Association of Private School Owners in the FCT, in a letter written to the Education Secretary, the Education Secretariat noted that such a tax review at a time when the federal government had promised to eliminate multiple taxes would only increase the cost of education beyond the reach of many parents, thus adding to the population of out-of-school children. In the letter signed by its chairperson, Rukia Abola, added that the tax review would further put pressure on private schools in the FCT as it would increase their running costs. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We'll come back to you after the break. back to the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Federal High Court in Abuja has fixed February 8th to hear a suit filed against the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party for failing to convene a National Executive Council meeting within the constitutionally stipulated period. The PDP governorship aspirant in Ogun during the 2023 general elections, Mr. Segun Shawumi, filed the suit at the Federal High Court, Abuja. Shawumi listed the PDP acting national chairman, Mr. Iliya Damagun, and the National Secretariat, Mr. Samuel Anyamu, as respondents, including the National Organizing Secretary, Mr. Omar Bature, as well as the National Auditor, Mr. Okechukwu Daniel, the National Treasury, Mr. Ahmed Yayari, and the National Youth Leader, Mr. Mohammed Kadade, and the Independent National Electoral Commission. When the matter was called counsel to the plaintiff, Mr. Anderson Asemota informed the court that the matter was coming up for the first time and had served the first and 8 respondents with court processes. The judge, Justice Mobolaji Olajuwon, asked the counsel to make another attempt at serving the respondents personally and give a report of service on the next adjourned date, and adjourn the matter until February 8 for report of service, or for the plaintiff to present his arguments and the motion for substituted service. The High Court sitting in Abuja has adjourned the suit seeking to stop the imposition of an annual levy for a certificate of proof of vehicle ownership in the country till March 4, 2024. The federal government had in June 2023 introduced a fee of 1,000 naira to be paid by all motorists annually for proof of ownership certificate verification. The Lagos State government commenced the collection of the fee for POC from motorists in July 2023 before the Nigerian Bar Association section on public interest and development law dragged the federal government, the Lagos State government, and the Joint Tax Board to courts to challenge the imposed levy. The plaintiffs, the chairman of NBA Spider, John Alikpopo Martins, the secretary Fumi Adeogun, and the member of the governing council of NBA Spider, Francis Ogunboale, in the suit contended that the defendants commenced the policy without any statutory support directing vehicle owners to pay the mandatory fee. The plaintiffs are asking the court for an order restraining the defendants with agents, servants, and proxies from harassing, disturbing, and or interfering with the right to freedom of movement of Nigerians using their vehicles in any part of the country on the ground of non-payment and renewal of proof of ownership certificates in respect of their vehicles. A statement by the Publicity Secretary, MBA Spider Sadia Salah, noted that the proceedings commenced on the matter before Justice Inyang Eko of the Federal High Court, sitting in Abuja. While the preliminary hearing, the court confirmed that all the defendants in the matter were served the originating processes and proof of services filed. Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi has paid a condolence visit to the Al-Qadriya family, whose 6 daughters were abducted on January 2. During the visit to the family, Obi expressed concerns over the rate of kidnappings in the country and urged the government to curb insecurity, while about 19 abductees were taken away by bandits from the Saguari Estates layout in the Dutse Alhaji area in the Buhari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory earlier in January. They included 6 girls who were abducted from their home alongside their father, Alhaji Mansour Al-Qadriya, and the gunmen later released their father, asking him to go get the ransom for the release of his daughters. This is coming after kidnappers killed 4 of the hostages, including Nabiha Al-Qadriya, a 400-level student of biological science, Ahmadu Bello University. Air component of Operation Wild Punch says it has killed 30 terrorists on motorcycles in Benin Gwari local government area of Kaduna State. The Kaduna airstrikes were ordered following an intelligence report which disclosed the movements of the terrorists in the area, while a statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information Air Vice Marshal Edward Capquet said the eliminated terrorists were responsible for the ambush of troops at Kwanan, Mutua recently, as well as several attacks and abductions of innocent civilians in the LGA. The strike followed an intelligence report of the movement of the syndicate along the Kwiga, Kampami, Doka axis in the Bernin Gwari local government area of the state, adding that when the troops arrived at the location, 2 armed terrorists were sighted on 15 motorcycles, and a precision strike was conducted, which eliminated them as a result of the strike. A statement by the governor's chief press secretary, Ibrahim Mohammed, said the governor gave each of the victims 100,000 in financial support to start off any business of their choice. Non-partisan group dedication to policy implementation and a review, which was designed for promoting good governance and democratic gains, has appraised the performance of President Bola Tinubu-led administration after 8 months. The group, under the aegis of independent media and policy chaired by Chief Niyi Akinsiju, said the APC administration under President Tinubu has done well to stabilize the economy, reduce insecurity, and tackle corruption loopholes. Speaking in Abuja, the Akinsiju explained that in spite of the challenges faced by many Nigerians, patience, determination, and resilience are required by government and Nigerians to assist the drive of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu.
Inflationary trend is a direct result of the removal of subsidy and the harmonization of forex. It's as simple as that. But as I said, these are short-term expectations. Once the hardship arising from this are properly managed, we will be able to go back to the minimum. You can be sure that this is the CBN is targeting 21% inflationary rates this year. I also believe it's achievable, and going further than that, the minimum wage and other forms of intervention would be short-term palliative that would provide, that will assuage whatever may be the challenges for Nigerians.
The group also reviewed President Tinubu's transformative activities and policies ranging from security, stable economy, transport system, food inflation, amongst others, to ameliorate the impact of subsidy removal.
Even the little we import, when you float the naira, it means that you are trying to discover appropriate pricing for the rate of exchange between the naira or any other convertible currency. That is just the meaning of floating. And in doing that, what you have also done is to jettison the subsidy with which we have been subsidizing the naira. And that has other kind of effect on Nigerians, because we are not living to our reality. And that is why most policies that the federal government, or especially the CBN, most policies that they introduce in the public space do not have effect, because we are not running a structural-oriented economy.
House of Representatives has listed a bill for regulatory body of organ harvesting, transplanting and donations for debate after resumption from its New Year break on Thursday, February 1, 2024. The House said the Electoral Act Amendment Bill will receive attention of the lower legislative chamber in its first legislative business for the year 2024, including other bills listed which are private member and executive bills as reviewed by the Chairman House Committee on Rules and Business, Honorable Francis Waive. It will also consider the bill for an act to amend the Professional Bodies Special Provision Act laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2024 after citing motions on urgent national importance by lawmakers in the lower legislative chamber. The chamber is also moving against the breach of Appropriation Act by Chief Executive of Ministries, departments and agencies, given the expectation of The chamber also moving against breach of Appropriation Act by Chief Executives of Ministries, Departments and Agency of Government in execution of capital projects through a motion to be raised on the floor of the House. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, has implored President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to shy away from making tough decisions following vicious issues of insecurity in the country. The Speaker stated this during his remarks at the resumption of plenary after Christmas and New Year holidays. Honorable Abbas noted that the heinous murder of over 30 people in Plateau, as well as others who have fallen victim to the mindless act of terror in the last few weeks, he challenged the President to rise to this occasion and demonstrates the indomitable spirit for which he is known by doing more in safeguarding the lives and property of Nigerians.
The nation has been caught in the vicious grip of insecurity, a malaise that spreads its tentacles far and wide, sparing no one in its wake. Despite numerous security measures, this menace continues to thrive, mocking our efforts and challenging our resolve to build a cohesive, peaceful, and prosperous Nigeria. It is a stark reminder that the conventional approaches to security we have exposed for so long are no longer sufficient. The time has come to think out of the box and adopt new and contemporary strategies that better respond to the complexities of our current challenges. To our patriotic and brave security forces, while commending your heroism and sacrifice, the time has come for you to review your approaches and strategies, innovate and adapt. The enemy evolves, and so must we. I challenge you to rise to this occasion to demonstrate the indomitable spirit for which you are known, and to do more in safeguarding the lives and properties of our people.
House of Representatives has resolved to urge the Chief of Army Staff to redeploy the military to the outposts along the Oke-Akko area of Ekiti State to enhance security and forestall a repeat of attacks resulting in the death of two traditional rulers, the Onimojo of Oimojo, Ekiti Oba Olatunji Samuel Olushola, and the election of Esun Ekiti Oba David Babatunde Ogunshola, and leading to a host of others with life-threatening injuries. The House have also resolved to direct the Inspector General of Police, the Commandant General of Nigerian Civil Security and Civil Defense Corps, and other security agencies to deploy more men to Ekiti North 1 and ensure that those who carried out that dastardly act are fished out and brought to justice. These resolutions, amongst others, were sequel to a motion of urgent national importance raised by Honorable Akin Rotimi, member representing Ekiti North 1, Ikole Oye, Federal Constituency of Ekiti State, during resumption of plenary. Raising the motion, Honorable Rotimi noted that there has been an increase in criminal activities in his constituency in recent times, resulting in loss of lives and properties. The motion also noted that his constituency was exposed to peculiar security challenges like the nature of forest and topography, as well as dilapidated roads in the entire country.
Shocked that this is not an isolated event, as in the past few days alone, a commercial driver was killed between Ayedo and Ayebode by armed bandits. And just yesterday, a school bus load of students were abducted in Emure, Ekiti, and their whereabouts is still unknown till now. Aware that the late Onimojo was an intellectual and highly intelligent historian, an orator who always spoke truth to power. Also aware that the late Elesu was a peace-loving king who was very hands-on in the development of Eswayedu communities. Further aware that because of the topography of the area and the bad roads, there's been an incursion of murderous elements who parade themselves as headsmen, leading to heightened insecurity.
Similarly, the House urged the Chief of Defense Staff to establish a civilian joint forces in Plateau State following the attacks which led to the death of 50 persons and several others injured, where over 1,000 houses in Mangu local government area were affected. The decision followed the adoption of a motion of urgent national importance raised by Honorable Ishaya Lalu, member representing Bakos, a federal constituency, Plateau State. Raising the motion, Honorable Lalu expressed worry that the continuous attacks by the terrorists in the local government area needed to be addressed immediately.
On the 24th of January 2024, there was another attack on the people of Mongo local government area of Plateau State, killing more than 50 persons, other serious injuries, with over 1,000 houses and properties, or billions of naira completely destroyed, with about 20,000 people displaced at different IDP camps within and outside the local government area. Further note that most of the victims that sustain various degrees of injuries are currently receiving medical attention in different hospitals within the state.
Following the resolution of both motions, the House observed a minute of silence and mandate its committees on defense and legislative compliance to ensure compliance. The House thereafter adjourned its plenary to Tuesday next week. Up next is ATN Business News Tonight. Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture was established in 1957 as an interest group with the objective of articulating business interests in the Niger Delta region and globally as it may. The Chamber is the second largest and active Chamber of Commerce in Nigeria today. FASIMA is a grown and still growing body whose broad-based mission and vision is building and protecting business while developing people through sharing of relevant knowledge and information to her esteemed membership. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network Business Live, in the President Port Harcourt Chambers of Commerce, Mines and Industry, Mines, Agriculture and Industry, Chief Mike Elechi expressed gratitude to Morrison Communications Limited as a member of the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, adding that the Chamber of Commerce will always collaborate with Morrison Communications Limited, operators of Wish FM and Atlantic Television Network, to ensure the economic viability of the state is exhibited and enhanced.
First and foremost is to thank the organization. Morrison Communication is a member of Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce. That's one of the reasons why we are here, to see how we can network, how to improve in his business, and also improving the management of a chamber itself. The Chamber of Commerce in everywhere is an organization of businessmen where people come together to see how they can improve on their businesses and add value to society by also raising up younger ones, that the SMEs, to put them into business portfolio. So definitely it's an organization where you have every value chain of business, where you have every other companies in every trade group. You have agriculture, manufacturing, oil and gas. All the trade groups are in the business of Chamber of Commerce. And it is from there that we also have to see how the economy of the country is. From there we can network and make input to government on how economy is being run. So it's an organization that covers every aspect of economy of Nigeria.
Speaking further, he urged every business across the state with registered trademarks to identify with the Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce for ease of operations and support.
Registered businessman, any business that is registered in CAC, you are qualified to go to become a member of Chamber of Commerce. Every registered business, officially registered business in CAC, and be paying all your regulation, all your dues and all that this thing, you have become a member of Chamber of Commerce. You can become on application you become a member. SMEs, nano and micro and SMEs, where the governor have brought out a whopping 4 billion naira for encourage SMEs. These are the brainchild of what we discussed with the governor, right? So we encourage government by providing solution to what will help the economy. We thought about this time around that let us go for what I can call entrepreneurial economy, where we catch them young, get business SMEs, register them, profile them. We are running a partnership with Ministry of Commerce and Industry. These are the things the government have approved. We run partnership with Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Ministry of Agriculture, by profiling all SMEs in all the 23 local governments. They will be in the data bank in Chamber of Commerce, data bank in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. It is when they are profiled, seeing them, they are now registered, captured, government now know them as.
And now to the international news. The Seychelles Defense Forces, Special Forces and Seychelles Coast Guards on board Coast Guard's vessel Topaz led a successful operation to regain a control of Sri Lanka vessel hijacked by armed Somali pirates. This is coming after the Seychelles Special Military Forces boarded the boat with utmost courage to take complete control of the vessel and rescue Sri Lanka brothers. The Commander-in-Chief of the Seychelles, President Wavel Ramkalawan, told the Chief Defense Forces Brigadier Michael Rosette to congratulate the Special Forces and Coast Guard team on a well-executed and successful mission. Former Nigerian singer David Adeleke, famous Nigerian singer David Adeleke, aka Davido, has earned his first career Billboard Hot 100 entry. Davido achieved the feat when his collaborative song with Chris Brown, Sensational, which also featured another Nigerian singer, Lojay, who earned his first appearance on the charts too. The song finally debuted at number 96 on this week's Hot 100 chart after charting on the bubbling chart, where it peaked at number 1 for 3 weeks. And here is sports news for tonight. Ademola Lookman says the Super Eagles will win in their quarter-final clash with Angola. The Atlanta winger was the star of the show in Nigeria's round of 16 victory over the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, while Lookman scored both goals for the 3-time champions. The 26-year-old said the players are firmly focused on the task ahead. That's the size of the global news for tonight. But before we go, here is another look at the major stories. Kubara promises to end the fire outbreak in Boni Bile Jetty. Tinubu condemns killings of traditional rulers in Ekiti State. Vice President Shatima inaugurates 37-member minimum wage committee. Federal government plans sanctions against ship owners over violation. UK suspends a British Nigerian minister for accusing Israel. Singer Davido gets first career Billboard Hot 100 entry. Super Eagles Ademola predict victory against Angola. I'm Vivian Douglas. Thank you for watching. You can follow us on our social media platforms on X, we're Atlantic TV Net, on Instagram and TikTok, we're Atlantic TV Network 1, on Facebook and YouTube, we're Atlantic Television Network. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathway to progress. Have a good night.
from the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains. Through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly. Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing. Honorable, you human trafficking.